go. Okay, I'll give mine away free there. How you like that?
It looks like we've got somebody joining us.
Leena!
There she goes. Hey.
Everybody give a big hand for Leena.
Hey.
Leena, hello. Hi, Leena.
I think her audio is still.
You're not connected yet.
There it goes.
There she goes.
There, she's coming. She's coming. Bam. Hi, Leena. You there? Yeah, can you hear us?
I can hear you loud and clear. I am so sorry. For whatever reason, I was thinking 4 o'clock. And I just got home from work, actually. I was there for interview, and I just literally entered the house.
We were calling you at work.
I'm so sorry. So how are you, everyone?
Hello, everybody. Hey, let's everybody give her a big hand. Come on, to Leena. Give her a big hand. All right, Leena. Leena. All right. All right, Leena. So, how has the pen business been doing?
It's been doing great, and thank you to all our customers and people like you, so who, you know, helps me to do what I love doing every day. So well, thank you.
If you can share with us how you got started doing all this.
Okay, so you're gonna go all the way back in there.
All the way back.
So, first of all, I'd like to thank you for having me here, and very nice meeting. Let me see the faces. Oh, Bill. Hey, Bill. Hey. Yeah, Tony, Stan, Frank. You know, it was very nice meeting you all. Yes, the business, I don't have to tell you, Bill, you know me. I haven't seen you for so long. How is everything with you?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Wonderful.
As soon as this pandemic is over, I'm heading over to your shop.
I know. I can't wait to meet all of you. Today, actually, I was there quickly to, you know, to meet my employees and some of the other customers. We open on Saturday for like very limited employees and limited customers for the safety for all. So yes, so going back to your question, back in 2004, the Pen Boutique was born in Columbia, Maryland. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, passion, you know, all of this comes together. When I thought of something when I was in bed rest for a whole entire year for my first child, I was thinking what I want to do. So I wanted to do something which is very passionate, which I always love doing. So I look forward to doing it. I had no idea where it's going to bring me, but I had this dream that I want to have a pen business. And I love it, as you know, but I'm still learning every single day. I learn from all of you. I am not perfect, so forgive me for anything that I do out there and any advices you can throw me. You know, I would like to welcome all of those. So it's a learning phase. So when I thought of doing something my own, I had two things in my mind. One was pen business. The other one was real estate, because I like talking. I like getting into people, you know, talking to people, knowing different things. So between those two, I decided to do with pen, because keep going back to the pen. So in the journey of pen business, when the Pen Boutique was born in 2004, prior to that, I was already involved with the industry. I knew a little bit about it. And my education was also into management. So it kind of fell apart together when I thought of it. But in the journey, I had to struggle a lot because mall management was not believing my project. Vendors was not giving me what I was looking for. So it was not an easy thing to do because I was fresh out of college. I didn't have a whole lot of credit. So everybody was shutting me down of my ideas. And I don't blame them. When I go to the bank manager roll their eyes like, really? You want to do business? You know? So, but I kept going back, you know, with my mission and my vision that I didn't want it to lose it because I wanted to do this. So I was so lucky and blessed to meet this fine bank manager who believed on me because he is one of the fountain pen person, which I knew later. So he believed in me, he opened the door, so he welcomed me, and that's how it started. And with the mall management, that's another saga that I had to go through. I went through so many different malls because I wanted to away from Tyson's Corner where I lived my life. But I wanted to go somewhere where I can do my own little business, my own little thing with the whole, my passion. So this mall in Colombia, after my 18th visit, they were tired of me, I think, at the end. And they said, okay, we can do this. We can go for 3 months. And let's see how that goes. I said, okay, I'll take that 3 months. And so I started 3 months probation time, and they extended another 3 months. And then they gave me the lease. And that was the biggest thing of me. I was so happy. And later on, the mall management actually told me, I knew there was a other pen shop there before I even approached them. 2 other pen shop was there for very not long time. So when I went there with the same ideas and same kind of project, they were like, not believing and not wanting to do, and I could understand that, but I did told her, the person who was in charge that time, I said, that is before, but this is me. You have to give me a chance and let me show you what I'm coming from, what I can bring in, because in the whole this area, there is no such store. If you go for in the mall, clothing, shoes, I mean, all the other things. Yes, I understand this is not a necessity for people to leave, but this is something very niche, very different, and writing in industry. So I want to bring in, because this is what I love. This is what my passion is. So there's a few people I will never forget. I mean, they are the one who actually gave me that path so I could walk in, and I'm still walking in it. And in the long journey of the 16 years, I get to know so many good people, so many customers who are still helping me, supporting me. So what I am doing right now, so I like to thank all of it. So this is what my pen boutique journey, and the pen boutique was born at 2004, November 11 was my first day, and I will never, ever, ever forget that day. Did I answer your question, Larry?
That was nice. That was really good. That was really good.
All right. So now I'm not done with you yet, young lady. Okay.
So can I go now?
Here we go. No. You're here to stay. We're never going to let you go. Okay. So how many employees do you have?
I have about 31 total.
31 employees?
Yes.
What?
Wow.
I mean, I'm counting everyone, not only in the state, but in other part of it. Like what I do, all the team members, when they come to work for me, I don't look for degrees, or because when I was looking for my job, I just fresh out of college, and I went through door by door by door, and they look for what did you do before? Do you have any experience? I said, of course I don't. You have to give me that experience so I can show you what I can do, and then we can talk about it, right? So all of the things that I learned in my lifestyle, I want to not to have the same thing to the new one. So all of the people who comes to work for me, like today I had an interview with a couple people, they have no knowledge about writing instrument, but I can see on their eyes, they have a passion, they want to do, they want to learn. That's what I like about, you know, you don't have to know everything. You learn that. If you have that in you, you learn it. Like me, every day, I learn. Don't expect me to know everything. I don't. I don't have, maybe you guys might help me a lot, but I'm always there to learn and correct myself if there is something is not right. I always welcome those. So my employees are young kids. They learn, they keep on going through their life. So I tell them, this is your stepping stone. I do not want you to be doing unless you really, really want to be, I will love you to have it, but I want you to do your school. I wanted to do things. So there's a lot of kids that who worked with me now. They're in a different places, but they still helps me. So that means they're still in the payroll, doing certain things that they want to do with the time they are available. The recent one, there is another person where his name is Kyle. He did a lot of things for me while he was here. So now he's out of country and he's still helping me, being wherever he is doing his education, and plus he's helping me. So I have like that. So total, I'm giving you that count. But in states, we have 22. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, you're like
everybody full time. But yes, I mean, everybody has things, so they have certain things they can do, so I work with them because certain people are family person, they have their own kids and they only do let's say 8-hour shift, 8 hour a week. I said, fine, okay, I will find certain thing for them which they can do. And here it is. You can do this within that time frame, and you can do other things which you love doing as well. So that's how it is. So everybody's putting in, everybody's coming in, being a part of it somehow, and that's, I give them a credit for everything, because I can't do everything myself.
Okay, now I'm going to open up for a little bit and let Mr. Tony ask you some questions. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to say hi. How are you doing, Leena? I have to say, and I know I purchased from you, but it's been a few years ago. But I want to tell you that I really appreciate, and your marketing is phenomenal. On the Facebook, it is, I think. I'll come in there, all of a sudden your smile and your writing, and you can just tell that you are passionate about this hobby and about selling your product. It is part of you. It's part of your spirit. And that's how I got involved with Larry and how I became acquainted with him. Is that you can't be in this hobby of writing instruments unless you really love it. And it really does get into your skin, and it gets into your soul, because that's how we express ourselves to others, through our soul, through the arm, through the hand, onto the paper, and It goes. And I can see that in your marketing. You do a fabulous job of that, and keep that up, because I really enjoy when I'm scrolling and all of a sudden you enable me to want to look at another pen because you're showing off something new. So you're doing a great job with that. I just wanted to let you know, and thank you so much.
Now, some years ago, I was hunting for a vanishing point, and I believe with a broad nib, and everywhere I went, they were out of broad nibs for some reason that year. They were out. So I called your shop, and I talked to one of the girls. It was the girl working there when I called, and she said, "Hold on." She went to look, and she said, "No, we have medium and fine, but we don't have a broad." I said, "I can't find one anywhere." She said, how soon do you need one?" I said, "Well, as soon as I can get it, but I can wait. Can you get me one?" She said, "If you can wait, we'll get you one." All right. So I waited, and I think about a week or so, they got it, and then I paid for it. And what was so cool about it, she didn't say, "Well, you need to put a deposit to make sure you're going to pay for this pen," because I was like, "I got to have the broad nib, please, please." And they got it. So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Thank you. I know my girls are great. I mean, they are just there, doing their job, and not only doing, but they are loving it. And every day I talk to them, because I have 4 people working remotely from home since the pandemic hit, because I need to find a way, I need to find a tune to keep those, team members, because they have been with me for 11, 12 years. So I really have to think how I can make it so I can still have them together with me. And I did it. And thank you again to all my customers that, keep ordering, doesn't matter, refill, whatever it is, they keep ordering. So that kept me be able to do that. And, otherwise it's very difficult time that we went through. And so I had to really think out of the box. And just now, I just wanted to let you know, before pandemic, I was never in the video, for Pen Boutique. Like I never came to show like what the pen is, because I had a couple not really good experience when in a pen shows when I was part of it before in and so, but it's okay. Maybe it's just me, I'm feeling that, I don't blame to anyone. So I wasn't really, up for that. I wasn't ready. I was ready, but I wasn't ready for the world, I think, that time. So I wasn't thinking like I could do it. So when the pandemic hit, everybody could not come to the store. They couldn't do anything, but I need to put those words out there for my customer, because store is closed. Nobody can come to the store. Nobody can do anything. So I had to be there in the front line. So I told myself, I said, you know what? I'm just going to go and do it. My job is to bring that thing, thank you, bring that new pen out, what I feel, and then present to my customers, and so that's how I started. And I have been keeping up with it as much as possible. Sometimes it's kind of a little difficult, like being a mom of two and housewife and business person, and trying to do the family thing. It sometimes put you in like backwards, but I'm always looking forward to do things new. I don't have a, like you say, a fancier thing yet. I'm still working on, but whatever I have in me, whatever I can find, like today I grabbed some of those new Visconti pens that I'm going to be doing quick videos later.
Good, you can show us. Did you bring them with you? Good.
Yes, I have it. So I just grabbed it, but they just shipped it to me for the photo shoot. So I'm going to do that. So that's what I'm doing. I just coming in out and doing it. And I really, I'm very blessed to have support from all over the world, customers, friends, and a family, like, supporting me, encouraging me to do. And trust me, I always want the advices, like, give me some kind of advice, some kind of tips that makes me to do even better than what I'm doing, because somebody have to tell me, like my dad always tells me, like, you do what you feel, what your heart says. Don't worry about all the world, just go and do it,
Correct.
And so I give the credit to my dad and my mom. They always supported me. Like, I just want to tell you one quick thing. The way I grew up, the way, I was brought up in my family, we don't have business people in our family. Pretty much most of them are either medical field or engineering field. Nobody is really, in a business field. So when I supposed to study something else, but I keep changing my major because I was not really sure that's what I wanted to do. And when I went with the business management, I felt like that's me. I like that, so I did. And when I told my dad that I'm opening a shop with the pen, there was a pause for a long time, pause, but like, I was like, Dad, are you there? And later we talked, and it's very hard for me to kind of make them understand that basics, because they knew the pen, they knew the fountain, because they use fountain pens, but they didn't understand the whole behind the writing instrument that I was getting into, because his idea was, you have studied this many years, all of these, and you're gonna do a pen shop, But now he understands completely. He supports me complete 110%. And he also apologizes me about 4 years ago. I am so sorry, my dear, that I did not understand completely fully, but I do now. And I'm so glad that you kept your ideas in front of you and you kept going and you did it, so it was a kind of a, but I am glad, I'm happy, and I'm happy that I can make my family happy and make them understand. And also I'm making a lot of customer happy what I do, and that is my goal and my motto for every day. If I could do things from my part as much as possible, I will do it. I will do my best to do what I need to do within the pen community within the paper community, within the ink community, and also leather community. I'm getting into now a little bit. I'm still learning, but I'm getting into. But thank you for listening to me.
Love it, love it. And I highly recommend that one too, what you get in that leather company, the Yak. That is extremely, extremely first class all the way. Yep.
Thank you.
And I'm not just trying to sell the product, because I think the product will sell itself because it's so well made. And like I said before, this product shows that there was a lot of thought put in this, a lot of designs made, prototypes probably, to put this together how you actually wanted it. As far as quality and price wise, to put everything together to make it work, not just for you, but for the fountain pen community as well. You got to look at both sides,
Work on progress.
I think there's some sellers that just look at one side. How much can I make? And that's it. And we'll go from there. So, all right. So anybody, all right, Frank, you have a question?
Leena, I've heard a lot about you. I'm glad that we were able to have you on today. You mentioned in your origin story about there being a couple of shops in the mall before you started. What do you think are a couple of things that differentiated you from the other shops? And what do you think is a lesson learned you had that you would have done differently when you opened your shop?
That's a very good question. I learned there was a Colorado Pen Company was the first store in that mall where I approached. And I believe Colorado Pen Company were there about two years. And then it was took over by Bertram Inkwell, who is my friend. And he was there, I'm not quite sure how long, but I think a year plus. And then there was no pen shop. So then I was the third one to approach the same mall after, going around different malls, trying to find and, the right place for me, right plantile, away from everything that I used to be. And I wanted to start my own without affecting anyone that I was already related to. So that's how I found this place. And I was the third one. So obviously they finally did it for me, and thanks to them, and I started. So one thing that I would say that I might have done a little differently, because I'm always in front. I'm always there for the customer, available and doing what I feel, how I would have, I treated everybody as how I wanted to be treated. And owning a business, yes, it is to make money, but that is not the only thing in my mind, because whatever I would have done in my life, maybe not a pen shop, but I would have done with my heart, that I would have given everything. Wherever I worked in prior, that is my thing. If I'm part of this company, then I want to be part of this company. It's not just 9-to-5 job, but I want to do what I can do because they trusted me, they believed me, they gave me this chance. So I need to do that the same thing to them. So that was always been me. That's what I told earlier when I work with, when I interview people, I want to see that. I want to see in their eyes, they really want to be this part of it. It's not just a job they're looking for just to make that money, but I want them to be really, yes, I like to learn. I always ask, what kind of pen do you use? Any, doesn't matter what, pen, pencil, ballpoint, whatever. I want to know that. I want to see how they're, their handwriting in the application. I'm like, wow, So there's a lot of little things that I do when I bring into my team to make it a little different than just the degree or, the experience that they have in certain thing. Obviously that plus it helps, but for me, I have other things that I look into, and I make a personal connection to my client. And when they come to me, they say, I'm going to speak with me, then I am fine. I'm there, what I can do. And with the company, not only store, I always thought prior to have the website to do things, because I was lucky enough in my household. I have computer peoples. I'm not very savvy with the technology. I do my basics. But I have my ideas. I'm like, here, this is what I want. And, I have people who can help me. And my husband is actually really good in that thing. So he also helps me, which is good. I don't have to pay him. So that's great. So the IT part, like the website part, that I'm glad that I was already there, but I wasn't very involved, but it's there. The platform was already established. That's one thing I did long time ago. And when this pandemic hit, we did completely upside down, like, everything. So I think that is a plus thing that helped me to be still here and serving and doing what I love doing.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
I've got a question. I know I don't want to hog it up. I want everyone to answer a question, but I've got a question. In today's world, as we all know, the youth of today are writing less because they're everything's digital. They're connected to their phones. And I'm just curious, have you noticed, can you share with what kind of clientele do you get young people coming in? And that's exciting if they do, because I know you said you have a couple children. Are you introducing them to either fountain pens or writing utensils, writing instruments? And
yes, hearing me over there, they must be like, I have my rules at home. They cannot buy cards outside. I know that business is kind of 2 cards less every, but they have to write handwritten card using a fountain pen.
Perfect.
Father's Day, holidays, Christmas, whatever they do, they have to make their own cards and use fountain pen. So that, in my house, I am doing it. But besides that, yes, in the clientele, we do have a lot of, like, doctors, lawyers, and teachers and things, but I also see a lot of youngsters getting into writing instruments. And what I do personally, actually, I worked very closely with our local library, providing classes. We just could not do last year because of the pandemic, but every year prior in Howard County Library, we do a summer class, writing. And Linda, I don't know whether Linda is part of me, and she's great with the penmanship and, teaching kids. So we do that class in library. Plus, this is what I do in my personal life, like, in school programs that we have, or any swim team. My kids are in different programs. So every time when I get opportunities to do something for the team, then I always bring that writing instrument part within the kit. I'm sorry. And so, like the library class, what I do when I have the class, 20 people in a class that register through the library, and we get the list, we go to the library, we teach them about fountain pen. We tell them why, how, what to do. And we actually demonstrate the pen, cartridge, and bottle ink. It's a little bit sometimes comes, messy, but that's how it is. And library knows it. They give us waters and papers and plastic, everything to help. And all the kids who comes to be part of, they get from me a goodie bag with a fountain pen, ink, and a notepad to start with. Because they're the one I feel that our next generation, because we all gonna retire, grow old, and how many pens we gonna have, right? But I know it's not enough every day. When I see new one, I want to bring it. My husband already said, like, no more pens for you, I have to hide in trunk, and so that's what I want to make that new generation to, make them aware of writing instruments, why they should use it. Like my kids in the school, like Tony said, school doesn't teach. When my daughter used to go to Catholic school on the 3rd grade, yes, they had a penmanship, they had a cursive writing, but when we moved to public school, there is none. And in one time, I remember my daughter had bring the pilot varsity to school, and she was in trouble bringing fountain pen. And I had to actually meet the principal, and I had to explain that, and I had to get apologized from the teacher, because that is not how I approach kids. Even though it is sharp, I can understand completely, but she wasn't doing, poking things around. She was simply showing what she has, what she likes, and that's completely different in the class. So I think maybe class was diverted, maybe, with the new thing, that could be. So I was sorry for that. But the way they treated her, and she didn't want to touch the fountain pen for some time. And so I was not really appreciated with that. So I had a talk, but after that, I think it was all clear. So my thing is, I want to educate kids when I get a chance, for example, when customer comes to my store and with the kids, and parents are all over the pen and kids are just going around and seeing, they're not interested. There's nothing interesting for them, right? So I always, my team and I always, we have this varsity, we have this platinum, like lower end pens. We always, you want to try here, but only with the permission of the parents, of course, because we don't want to just, do that. So we let them try those pens. And I also just give it to them if they want, if they like it, with the permission with the parents. If you allow me to give it to them, they can have this one pen, and they can explore. You never know, they might like it because parents are already there with the fountain pen, and so a lot of things that I like to do, being in business, I like to have more new customers, and that's what I go and see, because they are going to be our future customers. I mean, I'm not forgetting all of you, obviously. I want all of you also as much as, but we need to we need to bring in more so that this writing is going to go on, not be forgotten, because school is not doing.
Let me ask you a question. What is one of your big sellers at the store?
In my store?
Yeah.
We actually sell pretty much everything, but when you see the number wise, we do high end is mostly all Mont Blanc. That is something that I don't have to do much about it. It just sells. And we do like lower end entry point label. We do Twisby, Lamy. Those are just, we can't even keep up with. It just goes. And there's a lot of like Sailor, for example, we do, I mean, pretty much every single one. Sailor, Visconti, I can't keep up with the POs. And now like I have to do like POs double and then 3 times a week. We used to do 1 time a week before. So everything is doing, knock on wood, what is the wood? All is doing, so far is really great, with us. And the love of fountain pen is really back with boom, and inks are like just out there. So I am really happy that every single one is doing really, really, really well. And fountain pen especially is doing wonderful.
Does anybody have a question for her?
I've got a bunch, but every once in a while I'll speak up.
Anyway,
what about your husband? What about your husband, Leena? Let's talk about the man behind the woman. Was he a pen user when you met him? Of course, you had this passion.
No, he was a completely computer, never had a fountain pen. I mean, he had used fountain pen, went into school, but never had a fountain pen, like, really curious. But now I have to hide my pen because he has his own thing, and I have when I bring it, let me see it. I'm like, no, so when I told him, like, I want to do a pen business, same thing has happened, right? When I finished my MBA. And I said, I want to do a pen business. I mean, he knew I worked with the pen, so he knew I had a knowledge, I had passion. So that part was a little easier for him to digest than my parent. But he was also like, really? You want to do pen business? Because I had a very good offer from jobs that I could have gone and done 9-to-5 jobs and be happy and be free weekends, but that is something that obviously not for me. I wanted to do something my own, something I love, something I look forward to, and something I wanted to be my own business. I mean, not own business, my own boss, because I am kind of like, if I want to do something, I wanted to try, because if you don't try, you don't know whether you can do it or not. That is always my thing was, so this is how it is. So my husband actually now is very much into fountain pen. The only thing he uses is a fountain pen besides whatever he does. And he has, I think now almost, I would say 30 pens. 30
wow.
How many?
30. 30 fountain pens. He has that double drawers for 12 each, it's completely full. And then he has some other leather things that he has. And he has one Cartier that he took from me that I shouldn't have given it to him, but now I don't have it. I have to go. I'm like, can I have that pen? He's like, no. So yeah, so he is a really, I mean, it's good for me because he understands completely, because I want him to be every single part of my life for what I do. And kids, it was a tough thing to mold them in the fountain pen. My daughter, she's 16. I'm very proud she's an Eagle Scout right now. And she understands things. She writes with fountain pen. She does everything. But my son, who just turned 14, and he's lefty. So he is a little bit still in the 50-50. He's more into computer like his father. But I'm trying to train him, but he writes though. I make him write the paragraph with the fountain pen, but he holds it like the right-handed, because I trained him, I work with him, so it doesn't go above, so, he can write, so it will not smear. So that is a good thing that we keep trying, and he did it, that one, but he's not fully into it yet. I have shown him some of the pen with the character that he likes, like Schaefer has all these Star Wars characters and things to make him use. I have to go above and beyond to find something that he will use for right now. So yes, my whole family is in fountain pen. My father, my mom is not much. My aunts, my uncles, every time when they have a birthday party or any party, they don't get anything but pen or paper from me.
That's my kind of lingo.
That's right. May I ask you, Leena, where are you from? Where were you born originally? I mean, this accent is so charming. By the way, don't ever lose it, wherever the accent is from.
I'm from Nepal.
Oh, wonderful.
Nepal, yeah, it's between China and India, small country.
Yeah, Mount Everest.
Yes, Mount Everest. Yes, I haven't been to Mount Everest, but I'm planning to go to base this time when I go next, this summer. But I haven't. I do a lot of hiking, things outdoor, but I haven't gone to that one. Yes, but
going on that mountain?
I haven't been, but I might do, but I'm not gonna climb though. It's not easy. I might do a helicopter tour, but I'm gonna go to the base of the mountain. That is my plan. I'm gonna take my kids also. So we want to do that this year, hopefully in summer, if everything works well. Otherwise, we're planning to do next year.
Let me ask you a question on ever since the pandemic has hit, what are your store hours now?
Actually, we're closed completely. We just started opening. Saturday, we have 10 to 5 for people to walk in, but we have 4 customers and 3 employees max capacity of our store, just to be safe for us, my employee, and also customers. But other day, Monday to Friday, we have appointment based. We give whole hour for customer, a group of customer, like 2 or 3, so they can make an appointment from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So we are 10 to 4. So 10 o'clock, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So we have that many group of customers we are serving right now.
Okay. Yes. What's your thoughts on the new Parker 51? Because I've heard so many mixed reviews on it.
Yes, actually, when I got the sample pens, and there was 2 different ones, deluxe and the regular, which is like the same look, hooded nib, cartridge converter. The deluxe, I mean, the one I got I haven't used the one which I got in a shipment because it's been flying out the door. But the one I have used was beautiful. I mean, the gold nib was really smooth. I did some demonstration also, and I posted quickly what I had because I need to ship it that next day to somebody else. So I did it quick video and posted. They have only 2 point sizes, fine and medium, and stainless steel with the regular. There's 4 colors and gold nib, which is actually for me, when I tried, it was great. It was like Parker pen, like what you expect, So it is, I think overall it is good. So now I think another couple weeks we'll find out, because we have shipped almost 110 pens already since we got in. Our new shipments, next shipment is coming in because the fine point were very less shipped in the first shipment. So we have a lot of fine points also, being sold. So we're going to be sending out as soon as we have it. So far we have shipped. Some of the people got it. Some of them still on the way. So I'm waiting for another, I would say 2 or 3 weeks time frame and see how the feedback would be. And I am sending you one for you, tomorrow, not tomorrow, Monday. So you can try and give your honest thought about it.
What I've heard, and so because I'm really confused, and so are my viewers. Some don't think it's worth the money. Some say it is. One thing that we're saying about it, there's no literature that comes in the box.
Yes, that's the one I noticed.
That's really weird. Not
Yes,
there's
yes.
anything in there. Why? I don't know.
Yes.
That's one thing. And then another thing is, if you want to post a pen, you can, but eventually you're going to see the marking on the barrel. That can happen as well. So that's another thing. And they say that some say it's overpriced. Of course, you're going to have different opinions from people, right? You're never going to get 100%. It's like up and down,
Right.
So, and that's what I tell everybody. Some have really trashed the pen. Some have really liked the pen. So, that's going to help me and my viewers to at least know my thoughts. Tony.
Right.
I want to follow up on that and say that I think a lot of times when something is rebooted, reintroduced, the Esterbrook brought out the SD again, and they were a model that was way before the J pen has come out as a new pen, even though it was Esterbrook J. And I think you find the hardcore people that were used to something, and all of a sudden they see something that's named the same and expect it to be exactly, and it can't be. I mean, they're bringing back something that they're in homage. I would say it's like an homage to that pen. It isn't identical because the new 51s are screw, if I'm not, and I'm not into vintage. I'm not into vintage, but I know that they're screw cap as opposed to a pull.
Yes.
And but in the end, if you do the math, the original Parker 51s in today's money, I think were probably very similar to what today's Parker 51s are going for. If you do the inflation, I might be wrong, but I think I've heard that.
Yes. Yes, the first thing when I received the package and my employee actually called me, there is nothing in it, but there used to be literature, Larry says. So I pick up the phone and call right away, and they said they're not doing that one. I said, how come that's not being done? And they said it's all online, but it's not told to anyone. It's not said to anybody. And I had a bunch of those from prior. So I was thinking maybe they might have just forgotten, but it was not. So I don't have very many, but that's how they told me that it's going to be all online. So they're not putting those in there. So so I need to relate to that, to all of my customer too. And yes,
another peeve with some of the folks was on the converter issues. They just send one cartridge, and if you want a converter for it, you have to buy the converter for it. So that was another one.
Yes, for the stainless steel, the converter was not included. You have to buy separately.
Right.
But for the deluxe, it's included. Okay. So deluxe comes with one. That's that I got and I have. But so that is what it is. But the converter is widely available. I was arguing with them that you should put the converter in it. Like Cross, I just heard yesterday, I had a Zoom meeting with them, and they are all the new pens. They're trying to put converter in it. And that's a great thing because fountain pen, unless you use with ink and put your ink in your hand, it's not a fountain pen, So I was kind of glad that they finally coming up with the converter, putting in there. I know it's extra thing it involves, but eventually it's helpful. So yes.
Well, we're getting close to closing time, but before I go, Leena, are you free anytime tomorrow? For a call?
I have to say no. Tomorrow I have to bring my kids to the hiking because we usually do.
No, I remember. I'll give you a call on Monday at the shop. I want to talk to you a bit. Okay,
definitely.
Just person to person. Yeah. So
Yeah.
also, we want to thank you for coming on today. That's an honor to have you.
My pleasure. Thank
And
you.
also, it's an honor to have Heron from Magna Carta on here as well. Magna Carta rocks, baby. You know,
Oh, no, I have his pen. I love it.
I have his pen, and it's been inked religiously every day with that ebonite feed.
Uh-huh.
Leena, I'm telling you, it's to die for. Well, we'll talk later. All
Here,
right.
and make sure Heron, get that overlay pen that you've got sent to, be able to get it sent over to Frank, because I want to look at that one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, sure, definitely.
yeah, it's all been taken care of. All right, then, to all my good friends, thank you for joining me
Thank you
today.
so
Joining
much.
Leena, and let's give a clap to Leena
Thank
and
you.
Tara.
Yay.
Both are here.
Thank you, Leena. Thank you, Leena.
Let me know. Thank you. Let me know if anything I can do. I'm right here.
Stop.